You may be expecting someone to introduce me, but I'm not like all the other guys. So, let me introduce myself. I'm Narco, top 1 player in the world for several seasons, and I'm risking my life teaching you how to become a pro player in a matter of days, giving you the most valuable tips and tricks you'll ever find. Sit down, relax, and enjoy.
Hello comrades, I'm back with more tips and tricks on how to make you a warrior. First though, I've been meaning to tell you about PUBG Mobile. You need to get this in your life. Do you ever get the urge to hit the battlefield when you're out and about? Well, PUBG Mobile is your answer. My squad tells me it's the most popular battle royale free-to-play on mobile, with more than 50 million other warriors around the world ready for action. I proper love how you can play solo, duo or squad in the battle royale mode, or one of the 10 others like weapon master, sniper training, or my favourite, deathmatch. If, like me, you get bored easily, get your fix with the brand new NUSA map. It's got 20 times the battle intensity of a classic battle royale match. And with small maps and short sessions, you'll be able to release your inner warrior on even your busiest of days. Get bored quickly? No problem. There are 5 other maps to choose from with some awesome features, just like Miramar, which will transport you to the deepest, darkest desert. Great for working on your tan, yeah, but even better to show your worth. Yep, there are towns to visit like Los Leones and Picado, but sightseeing ain't gonna be part of your plans, pal. You're gonna be too focused on looting sniper rifles, and with very few places to hide, making sure you don't get caught. Oh, and one final thing. There's some proper cool regular collabs with top IPs, like Spider-Man No Way Home and Baby Shark, though Dragon Ball Super is the one for me. There's the celebs and brands too. You've just got to check out Tesla. Damn it, I'm getting too excited. If you want to experience what I'm talking about, get downloading PUBG Mobile from wherever you get your apps. Embrace the maps, be the warrior you've always wanted to be, and have the best time of your life. You'll be so glad you did. Rewind class and rewind users. I can't call this class toxic, but it's not 100% good for the environment either, if you understand what I'm saying. In fact, not one single class is toxic free, although Medic and Scout are pretty close to that. But if you know you're about to face a rewind user, you can predict his movements more or less if you have eye contact with him during the fight. Take this one for example. I only hit him 3 times and he already used his class. He still had armor on him at the time of the shooting, so there was no point using that class, unless of course he was scared. So we have a scared rewind user with eye contact all of the time. The eye contact is important in case he uses the class, so you know more or less where he's going to teleport. The damage caused to my armor was from the previous guy I've just killed, so the rewind guy has no clue that I'm damaged. But because I know he's scared, I'll rush him anyway. Just watch closely. If he uses the class with only 3 shots first time, what do you think is going to happen when I rush him with an SMG and shoot him more times than I did before? Exactly. He's going to use the class again. And where will he teleport? Yep, over there. We know, because we saw where he came from. Now, here's something interesting. Observe that at this point I've already started to turn right even before he teleported. When I play the video, you'll hear the sound effect of the rewind. That means mission completed. We knew his previous location. We knew that he's scared, and for any little damage, he uses his class, so that makes him very predictable. You can say a lot about an enemy based on those small things that everybody ignores. His body language, his actions under pressure, decisions making when getting shot, all those things help you to know your enemy even before engaging in a fight with him. So next time, pay more attention to these details. Let's go to the next scenario.
Dropping.
Appear strong, even if you're weak. You see, I've just knocked the second guy from this squad. With this little bit of damage, some players will run to heal, but depending on the circumstances, you cannot release the pressure from your enemies. If you give them time to recover, you may never get the same opportunity to kill them. Running and not taking advantage of the right opportunity can also get you killed. I am relatively weak, but I'm not planning to run, yet. And if I need to do so, I won't go far. Before anything else, I need to damage the Almighty Father in white clothes, and I'll explain why in a second. Right, now we're equal. We're both damaged. What comes next is entirely up to him. If he rushes me, we have equal chances to win. In fact, I have more chances, but let's keep it modest. If he stops to heal again, then I'll do the same. And if we meet again after that, well, we'll have equal chances to win. So it's a win-win situation. What I want you to understand is that before you stop to heal, make sure you cause your enemies enough damage to make them stop and heal as well, so they won't chase you like crazy while you have them cornered.
The revived flight will arrive.
This wasn't on my plans, but with a little bit of slide and some accuracy, all can be done. I have to realize the Almighty Father strikes at the right time. What comes next is a pain. My enemies are already emotionally damaged after seeing the best player in the squad being knocked right after his teammate by one guy. They probably are making plans on where to land the next match. I bet they'll land anywhere but won't visit construction site anytime soon. Emotional damage, my friend, and look at me. Do I even look like I care? Not a bit, I guarantee you that. High ground, my friend. I've been talking a lot on this matter, so I believe there's no need to talk anymore. I'll let you watch and take your own conclusions. Enjoy. Learn to keep people dependent on you. To maintain your independence, you must always be needed and wanted. The more you are relied on, the more freedom you have. Make people depend on you for their happiness and prosperity, and you have nothing to fear. Never teach them enough so that they can do without you. The ultimate power is the power to get people to do as you wish. When you can do this without having to force people or hurt them, when they willingly grant you what you desire, then your power is untouchable. The best way to achieve this position is to create a relationship of dependence. The master requires your services. He is weak or unable to function without you. You have enmeshed yourself in his work so deeply that doing away with you would bring him great difficulty, or at least would mean valuable time lost in training another to replace you. Once such a relationship is established, you have the upper hand, the leverage to make the master do as you wish. It is the classic case of the man behind the throne, the servant of the king who actually controls the king. Do not be one of the many who mistakenly believe that the ultimate form of power is independence. Power involves a relationship between people. You will always need others as allies, pawns, or even as weak masters who serve as your front. The completely independent man would live in a cabin in the woods. He would have the freedom to come and go as he pleased, but he would have no power. The best you can hope for is that others will grow so dependent on you that you enjoy a kind of reverse independence. Their need for you frees you. Louis XI, 1423 to 1483, the great Spider King of France, had a weakness for astrology. He kept a court astrologer whom he admired, until one day the man predicted that a lady of the court would die within 8 days. When the prophecy came true, Louis was terrified, thinking that either the man had murdered the woman to prove his accuracy, or that he was so versed in his science that his powers threatened Louis himself. In either case, he had to be killed. One evening, Louis summoned the astrologer to his room high in the castle. Before the man arrived, the king told his servants that when he gave the signal, they were to pick the astrologer up, carry him to the window, and hurl him to the ground hundreds of feet below. The astrologer soon arrived, but before giving the signal, Louis decided to ask him one last question. You claim to understand astrology and to know the fate of others, so tell me what your fate will be and how long you have to live. I shall die just 3 days before your majesty, the astrologer replied. The king's signal was never given. The man's life was spared. The Spider King not only protected his astrologer for as long as he was alive, he lavished him with gifts and had him tended by the finest court doctors. Be the only one who can do what you do, and make the fate of those who hire you so entwined with yours that they cannot possibly get rid of you. Otherwise, you will someday be forced to cross your own bridge of sighs.
Soldiers, my mission ends here. My second YouTube channel is now on. This channel will be dedicated exclusively for live streams only. Go ahead and press that follow button if you want to see some real action. The link is in the description. I was Narco, #1 in the world for several seasons. Let me know if you have enjoyed my tips and tricks to bring you more. Cheers, mate.